Hey, how's it going? John Ellison here. In this week's edition of Happy Habits, I want to talk about flow. This concept has emerged trying to answer a research question of what makes a good life. Flow has now been defined as this state of being where a person is fully immersed in their present moment. And we've discovered that flow happens when there's a unique balance of skill and challenge. If you're faced with too high of a challenge and not enough skill, you can't enter into a state of flow because it's too hard. Whereas if you've got too much skill and not enough challenge, you get bored. And also there's an interesting phenomena that most people describe most of their flow activities as arising in work. And so when we're looking at life well lived, the science of happiness, well-being, we want to look at this dimension of flow as a lever that we can increase in our life to have more satisfaction, to let the time pass, and to be fully present without actually having to really work at it too hard or sit down and meditate, because that's not really for everybody. And for me, I find flow in a variety of activities, but when I sat down and thought of it, I get a massive flow state and a peak of energy when I facilitate workshops. And over the last 18 years, as I was running my local grocery store goodery, I wasn't really doing any workshops or facilitating or speaking. I was running a small business and I wasn't finding myself in a state of flow very often. So as I handed over this initiative to my two co-founders and good friends, I started to think about how I could bring more flow into my life. And I started just offering to facilitate free workshops for initiatives that I felt were promising and had a great prospect. And this not only has brought me a happiness boost in my week, as some of you who may see me in the workspace may know, but it's also brought me closer to some of these challenges that I really care about, namely climate change. So as you might consider playing with different features of your life to increase and build lasting happiness and life satisfaction, try and look at what activities bring you flow and design your life accordingly. You don't need to be in flow all the time, but enough flow at the right times can really make a big difference. So this is this week's edition. Check out the newsletter for behavior tips on how you can build flow in your life in the right way, and reach out if you have any questions. But as always, when you're exploring happiness, try not to bring any guilt or shame. Only do what you want and be kind to yourself, because change is hard and happiness can sometimes be elusive. But I also believe it's a skill that can be found over time with practice. So have fun. We'll see you next time.